Well, good morning. Today's project is turning a 8kW diesel heater, which is supposed to be just shy of 30,000 BTU, into a used oil burning heater. With the cost of fuel and everything being kind of high, especially a few months ago. We're also supposed to be in a shortage or something, if you believe in that. So anyways, I got access to all this used oil and a bunch of recycled, reclaimed fuel. So I played with it last night. I ordered 3 of them. I got 2 for me, 1 for my dad. This one right now is just the guinea pig. I pulled them all out. I did a bench burn on all 3 with good clean diesel, which is what it says to do. It wants to burn off all the paint fumes and stuff, especially the exhaust pipe. It puts off some fumes. Not too bad. Once it's all good up to temp, it goes away pretty quick. So it's showing about 54, 55 degrees Fahrenheit, which the controller only does Celsius, which kind of sucks, but it can make do. Our power is 12 volts, no burner. Power's good. So we're going to do a cold start to see if it's going to smoke any. It smoked a little bit yesterday. Well, it smoked quite a bit yesterday when I did straight used oil. It went straight from good clean fuel to straight used oil, no dilution. So it actually burned it pretty good, but it was warm from the bench burn. So I shut it down. It smoked a little on the shutdown. It wasn't crazy bad. So I went ahead and did a 3-to-1 mix. Because it did seem to be a little too thick yesterday afternoon, even though it was 65, 68 degrees or something, 70 degrees. So I went ahead and diluted it 3-to-1. That's going to be 3 water bottles of used oil to 1 water bottle of recycled diesel. Seems to thin it out pretty good, so we're going to give it a try. Everything's set up. I bought these kits online for about $100. It comes with a 10 liter, which is about 2.5 gallons, tank, which is sitting there. A couple of them. Which I didn't like the fact that they didn't drill the ports for the nipples. They are blocked off. I drilled this one. I just haven't put it in yet. So, not too big of a deal. I'm probably not even going to use them tanks actually. I'll probably get a bigger tank for more volume once I get these hooked up, because I'm going to be hooking up 2 of them in my camper. But anyways, comes with a nice wire harness, actually pretty good gauge wire, runs on 12 volt. Sorry about the lighting. It's pretty early, got a lot to do. There we go. So anyways, pretty nice harness. Comes with the muffler, so you don't get the whistling and stuff from the pipe, your exhaust pipe. It's pretty decent, pretty heavy. Got your combustion chamber air intake and a little filter deal. There's actually no element or anything in it. The holes are just open. I plan on putting some of that universal AC filter mesh material in it to filter debris, especially if I end up having fresh outside air, so it's not sucking in all the dust and dirt. I'm also going to put a mesh, filter in here. This is your fan that's running your heat, blowing your heat out, and also the same motor runs your combustion chamber fan. Now they are separate, it's all sealed. You're not getting any fumes or anything out of your heater ports. Now you can get, they had a couple different versions. This one's got the 4 ports. You can get them with just the one big port, just like the fresh air intake, which is kind of what I wanted, but I'll make it work. The pictures weren't really clear. It kind of showed multiple versions in one deal. It was kind of a off-brand website, so like I said, $100. Comes with a fuel pump, fuel line, fuel filters, fuel tank, all the hardware to put everything together. The hose clamps and everything, screws, a mounting plate that goes underneath, so you can mount it. You can mount them flat like it is. They allow you like a 15 to 30 degree tilt downward, so about like so is all you're allowed to do that way. But you can turn it a full 90 degrees this way, so that your air and exhaust will point out this way. So that's kind of neat. As long as your igniter, your plug that ignites the fuel, is on the top. So this one, I can show you. It's a universal case, so the wires can come out here, which would mean your plug would be over here, so it'd be the opposite direction. But this one in particular, pop it off pretty easy. Got your control board here with all your wiring, and then you've got your igniter plug here. So they said as long as this is basically up at the top, so when you turn it 90 degrees, it'll stay on the top. You'll be good. So we'll see just how much room I have to install these, because I'm going to be installing 2 of them. This just screws on nice and easy. That's also where you clean your fan and stuff. So what else? I also plan to get some heat. Sorry about that. Also plan on getting some heat transfer blocks to hook into the exhaust. What it is you'll have these big blocks. You can get them in different sizes, and it goes by plates. The ones I'm looking at are 50 to 100 plates. Just trying to find ones that are about the right price. Anyways, they got 4 ports. Be 2 for exhaust and then 2 for water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the exhaust heat to heat my water. So if I'm boondocking or off-grid, or just want to pull off somewhere that's got no power, I can, as long as I've got 12 volts, I can run heat and heat my water. Now, which will save my hot water tank, because it draws a lot of power even on 12 volt, which runs propane. Propane's getting pretty expensive around these parts, and they are already starting to limit how much you can buy. So I think this is going to be a good deal for me. Which later on I'll be doing videos on how I get that all set up. I'm going to do a video on kind of how I'm installing it, and then I'll do a video when the blocks come in, the transfer blocks come in, on how I get them hooked up. They got different ones. Some of them have threaded ports, some of them have smooth ports where you have to braze everything together. I'm going to try the threaded ports and whatnot. So it'll be, pretty nice. So alright, everything's set up and ready to go. Let's see if we can't do a cold start and see how bad it's going to smoke. So if my mixture is too thick, and it's not going to, suck real well, it's not going to start real well. It'll puff some smoke, and major thing is I just want to see how much it smokes, because when it shut down it didn't smoke a whole lot. It'd be enough that I could live with it. Obviously I'm going to keep playing with it and see if I can find a better mixture for other guys that they don't want it to smoke. Clean burn, be green. So let's see. I want to make sure it doesn't smoke like a freight train when it starts up. If it does, obviously I'll shut it down and start playing with the mixture, thin it out a little more. So let's give it a try. We're still sitting about 54 degrees Fahrenheit. So here we go. Kick her on. Setting on high. She's pretty quiet. Right now it's just heating up the igniter, so the fan's on really low. Fuel pump hasn't kicked on yet. Usually takes a second. There's the fuel pump. Starting off nice and slow. You can kind of see a couple little air bubbles. Fan's kicking on. Going a little faster. Hear the combustion chamber firing up. Over here. It's actually not very loud. I was very surprised. I thought I was going to sound like one of them forced air torpedo heaters you see the contractors using. There we go, she's kicking up on high. So far so good. Sorry about the lighting, everybody. It's still pretty early. It's going to take a second. All right, now we're going. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but it was smoking just a tiny bit. I missed it. There it goes. And it's white smoke, it's not black or nasty. Doesn't really stink all that bad. Can't really hardly see it on the camera against the white rock. There it goes. I'm definitely gonna have to play with that mixture a little bit. It's not really liking it a whole lot. It's just a tad too thick. Lights just went dead. But I don't know if you can see it. It's smoking a little bit, you know. It's not super thick. And that's just the startup. Now she's really going. She's quit smoking. It's pretty quiet. I'm standing right up next to it, and you can still hear me. Fairly decent. It's actually a lot quieter than my current furnace in the camper. Propane furnace. It's actually pretty loud. I hate it. I've always hated it. But not really much you can do about it until now. So yeah, I'm gonna have to play with that mixture a little bit. Burner just kicked off. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video and let it do its thing and see if it cycles through and kicks on without me before I mess with anything. We'll be right back. Okay, I lied. Burner didn't kick off, it just got quiet. It's currently sitting at combustion chambers 150. Yep, man, we're still climbing. So yeah, combustion chamber sitting at 155 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit yet. I don't know it all that well, but it'll climb up to 205, 206, and it just kind of hangs out there for a while. That's the high. This is your ambient temp. I do know that's right now we're sitting at like 54 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's going to be pretty close. Got a pretty nice little LCD screen here. I'll go through some of the functions. Got the OK button, which wakes it up. Power 11 volts. High fan speed. Back off here just a tiny bit, kind of blurring out. And then you got your lights. This one here is like a little gear with a thermostat symbol. There we go. All right. That's gonna be your fan speed here, and over temp, it'll start flashing when there's a code or an issue with it. Same with this little fan symbol. It'll stop the little spinning it'll go solid, and it'll start flashing, just blinking when there's an issue with the fan. Your fuel pump, it'll flash if it senses a problem with fuel pump, or if it's not getting fuel because the mixture is too thick, obviously. It'll start flashing. And then you got your combustion chamber, there's a red light here. When you got an issue there, it'll start flashing. And right in here, I don't know if we caught it earlier or not. When you first turn it on, there's a red plug-in symbol, like you would see for an outlet. That's your plug for your igniter, or it is your igniter. They call it a plug something in the book. It will come on and it'll start flashing when there's an issue. So, and then these blink all the time. That's your air intake and your exhaust. I believe one of them, if I remember correctly, they go solid if it senses a blockage. So yeah, and then you've got your little gear symbol button. Can't see it because I still got the film protector on. Push and hold it. It'll change to your temperature symbol here. Hit OK. We're sitting at 20 degrees Celsius. So like 60, I'm going to say about 65, 68 degrees. I think if you go up to like 23, 24, that's going to be about 72, 75 maybe. So yeah, that'll be your shut-off temp. So when your ambient temp reaches that, you know, it'll shut off, and it's like a regular heater, and then it'll come back on when it drops below. So it's a pretty nice system. So this is your controller, thermostat, everything. You'll put this up on your wall. Which, to do it at a camper, you will have to add more wire. Stupid lighting. You will have to add more wire to be able to run it further. Just a second, I'm gonna get a new battery for my light. Alright, I'm back with some better light. So we're still burning pretty good, no problems. There's your gear light, which changes this temp symbol. This temp symbol is for your ambient temp. That's when it'll shut off and kick back on. You can hit OK. It'll show you your combustion chamber. There it is, 204 degrees Celsius. So it's pretty high up there. It's got all kinds of protections, overheat protection, you know, fan stops, fuel pump stops. If it senses any issues at all, it'll kick off. Keeps you safe. Battery voltage, if it drops below 8 volts, I believe, it'll kick off. If it gets above 21 volts, I think it'll kick off. And this thing's supposedly, if I read it correctly in the book, it's only pulling like 0.6 to 4 amps, I think it was. Don't quote me, I could be wrong. It's pretty early, and I read that book before I went to bed. So anyways, it actually doesn't draw very much at all. I ran it on a Milwaukee M12 4.0 battery for 30 minutes before it went dead. So it didn't draw hardly at all. So startup did smoke quite a bit. I couldn't hardly catch any of it on the video. I'm going to play with the mixer some more. We're going to go ahead and power it down. Push and hold, turns off. This is the cycle down. Turns the pump off. Turns the fans down for a minute. And there it is. I still can't hardly see it. That's not actually black smoke, that's just the shadow and the light. It's white smoke. Like I said, it does smoke when it shuts down on the used oil mixture. On plain diesel, it doesn't do that. So and it'll do that for a minute, and the fans kick back on to get everything cooled down once the fire or the combustion chambers went out. So it's pretty much slowing down to nothing already. That took about 15 seconds, 25 seconds, 30 seconds. I don't know. I wasn't watching. So fan's still on low. There we go. It's kicking back on to get everything cooled down. All in all, I'm pretty impressed with these little machines. So like I said, I've found some information about using the exhaust to heat the water, which I thought was freaking cool. They do sell a machine that has water ports built in by the intake and exhaust on either side of it and whatnot. But those were anywhere from, the ones that I could find were about $7 to $1,200, $1,300. And the $1,200 to $1,300 ones were basically just the machine with the harness and the controller. It didn't come with fuel pump and filter and tank and any of that. Just the machine, harness, and controller was it. A mounting plate, but that was it. It didn't come with any extras, which surprised me. But those are actually made to keep your engine block warm, in frigid temps when you're driving up north. These were, made to be put in semis and RVs and stuff in the Arctic weather. Now, the reviews and stuff that I've seen and read and watched said that they're amazing for keeping your hot water tank hot. They do sell this one company, Bible, I'm butchering that, Bible Van or something like that over in the UK. They do make a conversion kit that will bolt onto here, and it has a heat transfer system. It's basically just two little radiators basically looped together, because this is your hottest point, and it's got a little bitty pump that circulates water into a tank if you buy the option with the tank, which it actually, I think it comes with a harness and all that on its own, so it knows when the machine is running or not. From what I've seen, it does a great job at warming the water. It does like 40 degrees or so above ambient, and then if it's already warm and it kicks on and circulates, it just keeps getting warmer and warmer. It's pretty nice. but the option I'm going for is going to run off the exhaust. So it's going to get really hot really fast. Just because I got these kits for $100. So that's pretty much it for now. I'll take you over, show you. Don't mind my mess. I've already got one kind of mocked up. I got some mock-up brackets just to hold it up for now. I'm not sure if that's how I'm going to keep it or not. But there's where the floor, where the furnace blew into the floor. So I'm going to pipe it down into there. And I've already got my 12 volt supply, and of course the old thermostat for the furnace, which I'm just going to cap all that off for now. I kept the furnace. It's, good working furnace, whatever. Keep it for backup, I guess. Because I am stationary for now. Big carport and stuff over me. We're going to hang out for a while where I'm at before I hit the road again. So I think this will be a good deal. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the fuel tanks yet, because it does have to be gravity fed. That's something I didn't mention before. That little pump is not a lift pump. I will not lift it up to the unit. It will have to gravity bleed down to the pump. And there's actually a very specific way that they want you to mount it all up. So this is very similar to what they want. They want your line to come out and come down a few inches and then come over to the pump, and then the pump, they actually want it to be sitting kind of angled upward about 15 to 30 degrees. And it's to help, supposedly it's supposed to help keep the air bubbles out. So that's going to be fun to figure out with that little tiny space, and how I'm going to run fuel lines and stuff. I kind of got it gated off right now, but I think I might build me a bracket or something on the back bumper here to mount some tanks. Bring them up a little high, bring them up right above this door, because we don't use that door. We use it for dryer vent. Trailer's filthy on the outside right now, tree sap, but yeah, I think it'll work out. Anyways, I'll have more videos to come. I'll kind of do some videos of the installs once I get everything finalized on how I'm going to do it, and then I'll probably do another video or so when I get the transfer blocks in, heat transfers in, so it'll be interesting. Anyways, thanks for watching. Sorry it was so long and drawn out. I wanted to try and make sure I covered everything. Anyways, if you've got any questions, message me, whatever. I'll try to answer them as best I can. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Good luck.